Uy, isa sa pinakamainit na phone for this year. This is the IQOO Neo 10. Ano nga ba hot dito sa phone na ito? Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 144Hz ang kanyang screen refresh rate, 6,100 mAh ang kanyang battery which is huge, plus 120 watts na fast charging. All of that for just sub 20,000 pesos. Panalo, di ba? More info after this quick intro. So ito si IQOO Neo 10 na China ROM variant. Meron siyang 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage. Yan ang kanyang pinaka-base variant. Is currently priced at around mga 21,000 pesos. And kung swerte ka, nakaabot ka ng mga sale, umaabot siya as low as 19,000 pesos. And meron siya higher variant na 61 tera which cost at around mga 32,000 pesos. Link on the description box below. Now, one thing to like dito sa kanya, sobrang gusto ko tong orange color niya. It's very unique on its own. Makita mo na sobrang seamless siya, no? Wala siyang hati dito. Basically, makita mo yung design niya is parang nag-pixel siya dito, blending into itong kanyang silver na portion. Malit lang ng orange, parang lang siya, shade of orange. Looks really nice and medyo parang pang-racing. And ang gusto ko rin dito sa kanyang sides is mukha siyang titanium alloy na finish, pero in reality, it's just plastic frames. Ang likod niya is plastic back. Ang kanyang harap is glass finish. I'm not quite sure kung anong Corning Gorilla Glass ang gamit dito sa harap. Makita naman natin, symmetrical ka ng bezels sa taas, sa ilalim, and maliit lang naman ang kanyang punch hole. Overall design, 9 out of 10. So there's quite a few number of reviewer na nagsasabi sa akin na this phone, si IQOO Neo 10, wala siyang 5G support. Now, probably not walang 5G support. Rather daw yung bandwidth na meron dito sa Pilipinas, wala dito sa loob. So ipapasok natin dalawang 5G SIM natin, isang Globe, isang Smart, dito sa IQOO Neo 10. And check lang natin kung makakasagap siya ng 5G. So kabit natin yung SIM 1, si Globe, and si Smart sa SIM 2. Okay, let's go to networks. So right now ito, yung smart SIM natin na naka-enable yung 5G. Ito naman yung SIM 1, si Globe, na naka-enable din ng 5G. So reboot lang natin device kung makakasakap siya ng 5G agad. Okay, sad to say na si Globe umabot siya ng 4G+, and si Smart 4G lang. Hindi man lang umabot ng 4G+. And dito sa loob na aking studio, it's 5G signal. So verified ko na sinasabi na about tech reviewers na talaga walang 5G support dito sa Pilipinas. Now, probably this is one of the cheapest phone na may Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. This is just one step behind ng Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite. And sobrang naman lakas ng processor na to. And honestly, na-surprise din ako sa score na nakuha ko sa AnTuTu benchmark at 2.09 million points, which is exactly the same score na nakuha ko sa Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra ko, which has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite. Ito ang score na nakuha ko dito sa, ito naman ka ng breakdown scores. 5,122 ang ka na score dito sa Wild and Extreme, and 73% ka na stability. Ito ang nakuha ko sa kanya CPU benchmarking dito sa Geekbench. Ito naman sa kanyang GPU benchmark. Looking good naman ka ng thermals and it throttled to 89% na ka ng best performance. Now, one thing na na-appreciate ko dito sa phone is that it is now using a silicon carbon na battery, which is yung latest na technology. And this comes together with a 6,100 mAh na battery and without adding weight, no? Honestly, magaan siya at around mga 195 grams. And this one also supports a 120 watts na fast charging. So, charging from 0 to 100, nasa 25 minutes, tapos ka na mag-charge. Kung tinanong naman ako kung kaya magtagal ng battery nito one whole day, no problem. Basta walang heavy gaming, kaya naman niya. Now, this phone supports bypass charging. Hindi mo siya makikita sa kanyang settings, pero pagpasok mo sa loob ng games, isa-slide mo lang from left to right, makita mo yung kanyang game mode. Isa-select mo yung direct drive power supply para gumana ang bypass charging. Pakita ko sa inyo. So guys, right now to test out natin yung isa sa mga features nitong IQOO Neo 10. So, drag in mo lang is dito, ang game tools, then makita mo dito, direct drive power supply. Hindi mo siya magagamit pag hindi nakakapit na yung charger. So right now, check lang natin, no? We have 84%, no? So kung umakyat siya, meaning hindi perfect ang bypass charging nito. So right now, kakabit natin. Dapat, ayan, nag-charge siya, no? So to turn on natin, enabled na siya, no? Nakita natin. So it's supposed to be not charging. Pero kita natin, may kidlat pa rin. Pero let's see what will happen. So 84%, let's see kung umakit siya. Let's just put it at 85 kasi kanina kinabit natin. So guys, naglaro tayo ng Genshin Impact. 85%, 85% pa rin siya ngayon. And kanina yung power bank ko, 95, ngayon 88 na lang. So working siya pag above 80, no? So we'll try this time around. Pababain natin ng 80 and let's try it again. So again, uulitin natin yung bypass charging. So pinababa natin yung battery natin to 77%. Turn on natin ang bypass charging mode, which is nandito. Direct drive power supply. Kabit ko lang ang power bank and check lang natin, no? Right now it's running at around 88%. Kabit natin, turn on natin si bypass, no? So 77%. So laro muna tayo. So titingnan lang natin, no? After isang VR match, 77% naging 78%. 88% naging 84% ang aking power bank. So nag-charge na ng bahagya. So I think there's a threshold pagdating sa 80% ang kanyang bypass charging. So yun guys, nakita niyo yung bypass charging, gumagana siya, pero meron siyang threshold up to 80%. So kailangan umabot muna siya ng 80% bago siya hindi tutuloy mag-charge. So kung nasa 70+% ka, magti-trickle charging siya up to 80%. Then stop na siya doon. Now, one thing to like dito sa kanyang screen is that malaki. 6.78 inch na LTPO AMOLED display. Meron siyang 144Hz screen refresh rate, HDR10+, and maximum brightness at 4,500 nits. Meron din siyang 91% na screen-to-body ratio. And if you're browsing dito on this phone, expect a really good experience if you're just simply browsing through sa mga social media like Facebook, Twitter, sa TikTok. Walang problema. Sobrang smooth ang transition nito. Sobrang mapapansin mo parang battery smooth naman siya. And if you're watching naman videos on YouTube or on other mga online streaming na apps, expect mo na maganda rin ang kanang resolution dito. The colors are punchy. And simply mag-enjoy ka lang talaga kasi ang ganda ng kanang display. Now, itong phone na ito has two speakers. Isa sa ilalim and the other one nandito sa earpiece, which is a closed type. Pakinggan na natin kung gaano kalakas yung kanyang sounds. Okay, I would say above average ka ng sound. Not yung sobrang lakas kasi lakas ng mga flagship phones, but decent enough to enjoy on Spotify, on gaming, and even just simply watching movies. Now, I played several title na games dito, Wuthering Waves, Call of Duty Mobile, Firelight 84, and si Genshin Impact. Now, si Wuthering Waves, itong game na ito, ay honestly, nag-enjoy ako dito sa kanya. Ang ganda ng kanyang graphics dito, and maganda rin ang kanyang, yung kanyang response no, sa kanyang controls here sa screen. And one of the things na napansin ko rin dito sa kanya, it seems to me na optimize naman siya dito sa 8 Gen 3. Halos wala namang masyado na feel na frame drops dito while navigating through itong game na ito. And one thing that I like dito sa kanya is maganda ka na display on this phone. And sinagad-sagad naman natin ka ng graphics, it was able to give me a good game experience. And after 30 minutes of gaming, umabot siya ng 39 degrees Celsius. Pagdating naman sa Call of Duty Mobile, maning-mani lang sa kanya, no? And talagang you're bound to enjoy naman itong game na ito. I was able to set it to the best graphical settings na pwede sa kanya. And throughout the whole game, wala akong napansin na mga frame drops or whatsoever. Played several VR matches dito and other rank matches. And yeah, sobrang okay siya. I was just inside a air-cooled na room and umabot lang siya ng 36 degrees Celsius. Pagdating naman sa Genshin Impact, kahit medyo magbakbakan kayo on a certain point no, with several enemies, wala naman ako na-feel na skip or frame drops. Kung meron man, minor lang, pero hindi mo siya masyadong mapapansin no, while in the heated of the battle. And one thing na gusto ko dito siya, mabilis ang response ng kanyang touch and quite decent din ang kanyang sounds. After 30 minutes of gameplay, umabot tayo ng 44 degrees Celsius. Sa Firelight 84, sinagad-sagad din natin kanyang graphics. And this game was really good. And medyo nag-enjoy ako ng game na ito, kaya napalaro tayo ng 3 rank matches dito. Maganda rin kanyang sounds. Halos wala akong napansin na frame drops dito while playing the game. Ang pinakamainit na inabot natin dito after an hour is 42 degrees Celsius. Now, one of the good things dito sa kanyang camera is that it can perform. I was really happy with most of the performance na kaya bigay dito kanyang camera. And this one starts off with a 50MP na main camera sensor with OIS and a 8MP na ultra-wide lens na may 119 na degrees na field of view. This one can let you shoot up to 8K and 30 FPS. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 16MP which sadly can only shoot you up to 1080p and 30 FPS. I'm not quite sure kung bakit ni-nerf ni IQOO Neo 10, 8 Gen 3, kayang-kaya naman nito magbigay siya ng at least 4K and 30. Pero 1080p and 30, medyo hindi ko masyado nagustuhan sa Neo 10. So right now, quickly checking some outdoor samples, I'll say na magandang mga photos na makuha dito sa IQOO Neo 10. So checking some of this rock shot, very natural, and makita mo lahat ng details dito. Even pati itong gumamela shot, you'll see some really nice details sa kanya. Now, moving on to some of this flower shot, makita mo talaga pag zoom in mo, kitang-kita mga details niya dito. And I'm really happy to say na itong gaming phone na ito is really a performer ng kanyang camera. And kita mo rin dito sa bulaklak na ito, pag zoom in mo, kita mo yung mga water droplets, ang clear ng kanyang mga details. Pati itong maliit na bulaklak na ito, ang bilis niya mag-focus. And even this one, I love the color, really. Now, ang ganda dito sa kanya, yung kanyang green is not ganun ka-OA, and very natural lang ang kanyang color green. When we're trying to take some landscape shot, you'll be able to get some really nice shots, no, using this camera. And I'll say na this is probably one of the gaming phones na magandang camera. To be honest with you, I'm really amazed sa mga shots na nakukuha ko dito. Kahit medyo gloomy, it's still bound to perform. Lalo nilaro natin mga different lenses na say ultra wide shot, normal, 2x, 5x zoom, and this is a 20x zoom. Honestly, after 20x zooming, halos wala ka na makita dito ang details sa kanya. Na kung if you're going indoor low light, expect na this camera can still perform. Kahit alam ko na medyo low light dito sa loob ng restaurant na to. But nevertheless, maganda ang mga nakaka-capture kong shots sa kanya. No? To be honest, very cozy tingnan. Itong kanyang mga shots na nakuha ko from indoor, lalo na low light. No? I was really amazed with yung kanyang camera na it was able to perform, to be honest. Now, kahit medyo gabi na itong kanyang camera, meron siya night mode, and the night mode was able to capture me some nice pretty shots as well. Now, moving on sa kanyang front-facing camera, I'm surprised na ang kanyang camera was able to get me some good shots. And medyo nilinis na konti mga blemishes sa akin mukha. Pero hindi yung sobrang OA na tanggal lahat ng blemishes, no? But I was able to get some really nice sharp shots dito sa kanya. And yung ayaw ko lang dito sa kanya, automatic kasi dito sa kanya, every time that when you turn on the selfie camera, dumediretso siya sa portrait, no? I would like na sana lagi siya dumiretso sa camera sa normal na photo. Then if you need it, then saka magpo-portraits. Kaya laging ang kulit portrait diretso agad, no? It's not every time that you want to use a portrait mode for selfie. Pero maganda naman mga portrait mode niya. Kahit sa indoors, I was able to take in some really nice shots using this camera. And malinis ang kanyang pagkakat yung panang portrait mode. Now, using the front-facing camera to take a quick, simple vlog, medyo shaky siya. And there are times na medyo pag natatapatan ng ilaw, medyo nag-overexpose siya ng konti. Yun ang napansin ko dito sa kanya. If you're using the rear camera, dito stable ang kanyang camera, was able to give me some really nice video dito. And yeah, itong camera niya, no, hindi lang pang gaming, pwede pang vlogging din. After playing with this phone, sobrang natuwa sa kanya. And honestly, yung kanyang form factor is really good. I like yung kanyang design, sobrang simple lang, medyo mukhang game-centric na phone. Ang kanyang camera is definitely good for a gaming phone. Gaming experience definitely good. Overall experience for me, okay na okay. Panalo to si IQOO Neo 10. And just priced at around 21,000 pesos for 8 Gen 3. Wala ka na ibang hanapin pa dito. And kung interested ka malaman kung saan pwede mabili to sa Shandy MKY or on the links in the description box na ilalagay natin. So if you like this video, don't forget to share it to your friends, and a quick sub sa aking channel is definitely awesome. I'll see you on my next video. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.